beautiful Libra gang. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We are going to read your tarot cards. Ooh, look at those. See if those pop out. These will be general messages on YouTube for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I do note general messages on YouTube because it's important to know that these messages won't resonate for every single Libra every time. Come in with realistic expectations, with an open heart, with an open mind. Ultimately, only take away the messages that resonate with you, motivate you, speak to you, inspire you, etc. Release the rest, assume they're going out to someone else. Is there disappointment with an Aries or disappointing news regarding your career? What else do I need to tell them about that? Don't be fooled. There's something of extreme value coming through here. There could be a reconnection with a father figure in a family. There could be some sort of inheritance. There could be a big job offer in a career involving healing, or in a career field involving healing or medical something or other, or even spiritual healing. If you're dealing with an Aries and you're experiencing disappointment or heartbreak, as tricky as this message is to hear, I feel like they may already have their sights on someone with long-term potential. Like, even if they're not married, they may have already been seeking someone out or pursuing someone who it's like they want them to be the husband or the wife, in which case it's leaving you a little bit pushed to the side. But if you are married to an Aries, there's healing coming through in your relationship. So yeah, look, there's a divine pairing here. So even if you got recently broken up with, or even if you were recently furloughed or released from employment or something, your perfect pair hasn't yet been presented to you. The Emperor and the Empress, no matter what your gender are, these two work together in spades. Especially with the Ten of Pentacles coming through, this is big, especially in terms of career or building a family. There's just a hurdle to get over. But the Three of Swords, as scary as this card is, it's not that big of a deal when the cards surrounding it are so big and so powerful. This is an obstacle to work through, but when you do it, my goodness, the reward will be there. Okay? That was just a quick little thing. Okay, my last part of my spiel is that you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Now let's actually read for my Libras out there. I hope that message was helpful to some of you. Libra and Aries, you guys are opposite the zodiac. Oops, sorry, my phone alarm is going off. Stop. I apologize, Libra. Let me turn it off so it doesn't go on again. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, Libra and Aries, opposite the zodiac. So that can be a relationship full of tension as well as opportunities for learning from one another, because you are very different in how you operate, but the compatibility can be there. Yeah, some of the most strained relationships in our lives are some of the ones we learn the most from, so just keep that in mind. All right, let's do it for Libra. Yeah, you have pretty cool cards coming through, marriage cards. So funny, I was about to say Aries. So some of you may be having an encounter with an Aries. For Libra, here we go. I feel like I've been chatting for 5 minutes. Here we go. I'm going to split the deck for Libra. Okay. Ooh, great first card out. So where are you headed towards? An ending of a cycle, a new beginning. Releasing what doesn't serve you, moving away from what was keeping you stuck or keeping you down. It's possible some of you have a Scorpio in your future coming from a period of waiting. So the waiting is stopped, the waiting has passed. If that what was keeping you stuck, uncertainty, not knowing, waiting for news, I would offer for some of you, news arrives that is very happy, that is very freeing, that there's an emotional release, but it's not tears, unless it's tears of joy. This is rejoice. This is happiness. This is socialization. This is being among your soul tribe, among your soul family. So whatever this ending is, this is a beautiful ending. Don't mistake it as something else. Threes are all about building, collaboration, mind, body, spirit, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, however you want to say it. You're building upon something great, but whatever it is you're building towards, there's an inevitable end or a release, and it's a positive one. It wouldn't be a release or an ending if you needed it still. Universe has decided that one's not for Libra. It's not serving them anymore. They've outgrown it, right? You're the butterfly. You're not in the cocoon anymore. So, and the thing is, I think this news brings you a sense of elation, of joy, of pride, of accomplishment, reasons to celebrate. There could be a promotion. So maybe this is the ending of your old job title. Maybe this is the ending of a salary where you were barely getting by, and now, hey, we've raised our vibe, we've raised our value. We have reason to celebrate. All right. So tell me a little bit more about this. And again, in terms of major arcana, I definitely have Scorpio coming through. So if that means something to you, possible that in the future this may involve a Scorpio. Or if you are cuspy, something about using a more scorpionic perspective, the side of your personality that feels more scorpionic, transformational, phoenix from the ashes, that may be, you may be required or being called to access that side of your personality that, it's funny, I'm almost wanting to say, lives in a more extreme way. That's something known about Scorpio, and sometimes that serves us, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe this is like all or nothing. If you want to succeed at something, you got to put your all into it. You have to respect your body, right? You have to respect your lifestyle, your health, your wellness, but I'm almost getting put all the chips on it. And I want to be careful how I say that because, again, you're accountable and responsible for all your actions. This is something coming in an extreme way. It may even come out, I don't want to say out of nowhere because you've been waiting on something, but it's very possible that something comes through out of the blue and maybe it's different than what you were waiting on and it's even better. Maybe romantically, if let's just say you're waiting on an Aries, maybe a Scorpio hits you up and you're like, damn, where have you been all my life, right? Or maybe it's a job opportunity, right? Interesting. All right, so let's throw one thing on this Three of Cups just for me as a reader. What can I get a bigger vibe on what this celebration is? Something you're passionate about. Something that's lit, something that it's exciting. It welcomes you into a new chapter of adventure, of exploration, of curiosity, of fun. Don't ever be I shouldn't say don't, but highly advise that you never allow yourself to live in a state where you stop growing, where you stop thriving, just as an individual, developing your ego, your identity, your will, your desire, your creativity, the magic that you spread in this lifetime. Yeah, the minute we start thinking we know everything and that everything is decided and fated and we have no say, you're missing the bigger picture. There's great freedom and expression coming through, self-expression. This could be dating. Yeah, the Knight of Wands is very passionate. He's sort of my Casanova of the deck, male or female, right? It's just putting yourself out there and being curious. Not afraid to explore what the options are. It doesn't mean you need to commit yourself to them for life, but I would argue that some of you, something about this feels so good, you don't mind committing yourself. Something about this, if you have been a professed bachelor or bachelorette for life, something may come through where you're like, you know what? Like, I'm kind of in this and I'm intrigued to see what happens. So maybe I'm willing to put an end to my old behavior or my old way of viewing things, my old viewpoint. There's we have to remember it's tied to Sagittarius, so there's something here about the mutability, the flexibility, the adaptation of your philosophy on life. If you believe that there's nothing out there for you, that's what you're going to get. If you believe in unicorns and fairies, no, but I want to say, like, if you believe that there's magic out there, there's more to be discovered, there's all these amazing things out there in life, you just have to go and find them, then that's exactly what you're going to find. Yeah, I would even say releasing an old mentality of heaviness, of depression, of something where it just felt like you were shackled and you were stuck. That's what's being released, and it's transforming some sort of beautiful new cycle in your life. Like, quite frankly, Libra, I don't need to make this over profound. It's a tarot reading, and this energy, this is happy. That's what I would call this. This is fun. It doesn't have to be these deep psychological, spiritual, mental, emotional, all those are valid. But like, to me, like, if just these cards came out, I'd be like, hey, that looks fun. Do you want to have some fun in your life? Where are you lacking fun? Are you just embracing this fun new side of your personality? Maybe you were just apprehensive to go out there and get it. Maybe you were a little bit shy. Maybe you were a little bit timid. Maybe you're in a new social environment and you were a bit of a wallflower. Not anymore. That's what I mean. This is just a transformation on your approach, on the way you're doing something. What are we transforming into? Confidence, clarity. Making executive decisions unapologetically, and it's not using an abuse of power by any means. It's just being able to call the shots and not second guess yourself. It's done with the utmost confidence, maturity, clarity. And I mean, let's not forget, you can mix maturity and fun. It doesn't have to be one extreme or the other. It's so funny. I'm hearing extremely dull. I think maybe some of you just felt like maybe it was just a long-ass winter, or wherever you are in the world, right? It was just a long-ass pandemic, whatever it is, and it It was extremely brutal. It was extremely slow. I don't even know if brutal is the right term. It was dull. It was mundane. It lacked any sense of passion. There was nothing that made you feel alive. You weren't thriving. You weren't growing. That's what we're transforming into. There's a new cycle, and you step into your power. You step into, I don't even want to use the word power. I think that feels, I hate to say too profound. I mean, I'm not at all shitting on this message. It's great, but there's almost like a simplicity to like, yeah, your life just is kind of fun. Isn't that great? Like, yeah, so I guess I don't want to make it more extreme or complex than it needs to be. You've decided to chase a passion. Some of you may be meeting a male air sign that has a significant effect or transformation on your trajectory moving forward. Whether it's your career or your love life. Yeah, I would even offer, especially for your love life or social circles, a best friend. Yeah. And they may come off as rather serious, but I'm getting it's a guys. Almost like an onion. When you peel back the layers, this person is a ball of energy. They're a lot of fun. They're mentally stimulating. You can talk to them for hours, and it's vivacious, it's fresh, it's what is that word? It nurtures the part of you that is fascinated and curious and loves to learn. So does this people. There may be something about a teacher or a professor or a mentor. You may be seeking out a life coach. You may be meeting someone whose profession is to teach. So what needs to be released or let go of? Movement without purpose. Even if the purpose is just fun. It's a very contradictory message. So, and what needs to be embraced? We'll come back to that Knight of Swords. I sort of want to see where this storyline is going. Oh, living in the past. For a lot of you, always thinking back to a time when it was better. Okay, thank you. That clicked instantly. You need to be more futuristic and forward thinking. Very Aquarian-esque energy. This card has actually come up a lot for my air signs this week, especially in Gemini's reading. Yeah, but for you, Libra, you need to have faith that there's more things yet to be discovered, but how long are you willing to wait versus just go out there and you know, like jump in, the water's fine, mix it up with people, take a risk on being social with a group of people you don't know very well, because you're charismatic as fuck, right? Everybody knows that. Libras are a ball. Libras are really fun to hang out with when they're in that energy of enjoying life and not taking everything so seriously. But like any zodiac sign, you are just as guilty of sort of getting lost in the feelings a little bit and letting that weigh you down and hinder your ability to go out there and thrive in groups of people. Yeah, there's something about constantly your mind returns to the past and it casts a shadow over you. I'm almost getting a shadow over your head, almost like heavy clouds of depression, like those depression commercials you see that are like, just watching commercials for depression make me depressed. Does anybody else feel that way? Yeah, not constantly looking back to the past to think, or romanticizing and sentimentalizing it. There's nothing wrong with appreciating where you've come from, but it's very important to know that you have a lot more to do in this lifetime. And this may have to do with a person in your life that you constantly look back and reflect upon. But yeah, you're being dissuaded from going back there. As much as your mind may be like, no, but remember, it was so happier when I lived there. It was so much better when I was with this person. Universe is like, no, it's not. Like, and maybe it was good, but I think universe is almost coming in as a, nope, we need to stop thinking about that because it's blocking your growth. You're meant to transform into this new person, into this new chapter in your life. And by returning to the past and really almost like an obsession with the thoughts, your mind is obsessed with returning there. It's just not helping you. So I think universe is like almost blocking it, like, cut it out. Come on, cut it out. Like, you got to stop doing that. So that's sort of what could be hindering your ability to move forward. Fighting a battle that the universe is saying there's no battle to be won there. I'm almost getting, the results. The answers to that. So if you're fighting to win back a person, again, this is just current energy, but right now it's blocked. So returning to the past is not going to serve you. Again, futuristic thinking, living in the now, that is huge here. Living in the moment is your key advice. But there's something about, there's big things changing just up ahead. So keep moving forward. Release the past. Moving backwards is of no use to you right now. So then what is the help available to Libra? Surround yourself with people you love, people who lift your spirits, and just as a form of self-preservation. I totally endorse and value the idea of this balance, this back and forth of when your friend's having a rough day. Sometimes you need to be that loyal support system. I'm almost getting the opposite message here. Again, weekly readings. I'm not saying forever, but right now it's of the utmost importance for my Libras to protect their energy. So if you do have a friend or a family member who's going through a difficult time, there's no reason that you can't communicate with them at a distance, but I'm almost getting you don't absorb the emotions that they're feeling, especially if you have strong water in your chart. There's just something about you are very sensitive right now to absorbing the emotions that are around you. So all the more reason to surround yourself with people who are loving life as much as you can. I don't mean to to promote the message, life is always happy. There's no such thing as sadness. You and I both know that's not true, but there's something about being very defensive to low, heavy, shadowy energy right now. It's not helping you. You're being asked to move away from that. So by all means, be a good son, be a good daughter, mother, father, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, but protect your vibe and energy, because you are going to thrive when you maintain that sense of optimism, of hope, of wonderment. The world is your oyster. That's really an important thing for you right now. It's going to open the doors of opportunities in some way or another, romantic or business or whatever. So what is the help available to Libra, please? You. Justice. Some of you are going to be signing a new contract, and that's reason to celebrate. The jury swings in your favor. The judge sways in your favor. I don't think that's literal for most of you, but certainly if you're in a court case, those words came out of my mouth for a reason. So, take it with a grain of salt, but there's something about it swings in your favor. Justice prevails. This is beneficial to you. It could be another Libra in your life helps you with something, the help available to you. Do you have another Libra who's like a best friend or something, and you guys are just going to go out and celebrate each other? It's like you're each other's cheerleaders. For some of you, this is a person in your life who they support you, and they're very even-keeled. This isn't a person who is emotionally, or someone who doesn't operate with emotional intelligence, sort of this rapid, unstable emotions. That's not this person. This person is able to filter their emotions through logic, and so they can discern. They make the choice to be happy. It's not that they deny that there's things they'd like to improve in their life, but they're able to separate that and still live in the moment. This is a good person for you to hang out with. And maybe this is you. Maybe the help available to you is quite simply honoring yourself and living out this new chapter, because the universe is saying, welcome to the big time, baby. This is a transformation occurring in your life for a reason. So follow it through. Keep crushing it. If you've been waiting on a job contract or a job offer, that will very likely come through for you. And your passion, we have to remember it is your card, Libra. This is a Libra card, but you're ruled by planet Venus, which does have to do with love and passion and warm, just like kind of warm energy, compatibility. There's with Libra, because you are the scales, there's a duality in partnership and pairings, seventh house, teamwork, collaborations, being with people who excite the passion inside of you. This is like, let your freak flag fly, celebrate yourself. What are you passionate about? Go do that. No questions asked. You don't have to filter that through logic. You are given permission to have fun and be silly for the next several weeks, right? This is about worrying about things that aren't necessarily going to happen. And it's the help available to you. Separating fact from fiction, illusions versus truth. This thing that you're stressed about, why? Is it worth getting stressed about? And I mean, you know the answer to that. For most of you, I would argue, I understand why you feel stressed about it, but is there reason to invest more in that negative headspace, or is there more reason to accept the truth? And maybe the truth is, this is completely out of your control. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and maybe it won't. So why am I going to live my life in fear of anticipation? What's going to come? Maybe this is just like a case of the fuck-its, or a YOLO, or like, you know, I went on the interview job of my dreams and I wasn't very well spoken. I wish I had spoken better. I wish I had presented myself better. But you know what? Maybe your resume speaks for itself. Maybe this person acknowledges everybody has an off day. You know, maybe you made some awkward social blunder and you're killing yourself over it. Maybe the universe is saying, who gives a shit? You know? If it's your passion, it's worth pursuing. And if it's not, if you're pursuing something or someone that leaves you in this state of, oh my God, everything is awful, and like, then that's not your thing. Universe doesn't want you to live in this state. This is like putting an end to the bullshit, moving forward on your truth. Some of you are really worried about the security of a job or a contract. You're going to find your tribe. If you don't get this job, or if you were released from a job, have faith that it's because universe is aligning you to a job or a person or a career that you enjoy far more. You're far more passionate about. It's mentally stimulating. It allows you to thrive. Yeah, there's either a beginning or an ending in a contract with an air sign, specifically a male air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So, you know, hopefully you'll know which one it is. And if there's no air sign in your life, then it just hasn't come in yet. So have faith. Don't worry about it. There's just a card of don't worry about it. These swords are done. That's why they're hung up on the wall. You don't need them anymore. They've served their purpose. And for some of you, like I'm almost wanting to say you may have misunderstood the purpose. This ending, if you're taking it to heart of my life is over. And I know this is a tough love message. You've misunderstood. That's not at all what this is about. This was to align you to your higher truth, to your higher purpose, to become the Libra that you were meant to be. There was something getting in the way, and so you're being asked to let go of it responsibly. Let go of it in a mature way, not beating yourself up or not holding a resentment or grudge against anyone, because the universe is gifting you with something beautiful. Like, again, the mere fact that everything around your spread is circling around these two cards, this looks fun. This looks really great. This looks enjoyable. This looks like it's going to nourish and feed your soul. It's going to cater to your curiosity and your wonderment, your childlike enthusiasm. There may be an opportunity to travel and go see people or go on like a mini vacation or a girls' trip or something like that. There's no point in fearing the unknown because it is the unknown. It is undecided. You don't know. So stop pretending you do, Libra. Maybe you're putting an ending to the fact that you need to know everything. Maybe you're embracing the side of you that is willing to be curious, that is willing to take a step forward even though not everything has been written out in this document yet. Or do you understand what I mean? There isn't necessarily a script you're going off. You're going off script. You're going off-roading. That's what I would say about this. All right, Libra, that's what I got for you this week. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.